Well, Kevin, 2025 has been an incredible year for you and Sterling Stables. Of all your many highlights in racing, where does winning 4 straight Del Mar handicaps with Gold Phoenix rank?
Well, it's the pinnacle of all the highlights for my racing career. To win 4 straight Del Mar handicaps with a singular, great, wonderful horse like Gold Phoenix is a dream come true. It really is the pinnacle of my racing career for sure.
They're coming into the final 16th. Stay hot, Gold Phoenix. These two with Adidlan on the inside, and on the outside, Truly Quality. Gold Phoenix! Gold Phoenix did it for the 4th time!
He's taken you obviously to the four Breeders' Cup, where on 3 occasions he's been the first American horse home in the Breeders' Cup turf. What has it meant to you to be involved with a horse such as Gold Phoenix?
It really is incredible. It really is a dream for me. I've had so many horses that, you wish they're going to go on and do great things. You think that they're possibly good enough to do some really great things, but then to actually have one that takes you to places that are just beyond even your own imagination. Winning 4, Del Mar handicaps in a row. There's never been a horse in the history of Del Mar that's won 4 graded stakes races in 4 straight years, and to be in that record book is the greatest horse racing dream of my life, really.
You certainly wear your heart on your sleeve when you're cheering
true.
home your horses. And how passionate are you about this sport?
Oh yeah, well, one of the things I do love about horse racing is the passion and the energy of the horses, the crowd, and the owners and trainers that work so hard to make these dreams come true. And so I'm fortunate that my family has a lot of passion and they love the sport as much as I do. And let's face it, when you have that moment in time when you see your horse like coming through the rail and winning a Del Mar handicap, it's pandemonium. And the last one particularly was crazy. I mean, that video I believe my daughter-in-law took went viral from the moment where he just got there and Flavian just got him up at the very last jump, and it was like as crazy as I've ever seen my family be at one moment in time. But it was awesome. It was an awesome moment.
How important is it for you to have your family along for the ride?
Well, very important. My mom and my dad were big lovers. My mother is still with us, thank goodness, and is a great lover of horse racing. And we've spent a lot of time throughout the years together going to the racetrack. And Sterling Stables is named after my father. My father's name was Sterling. My middle name is Sterling. My oldest son's middle name is Sterling, and my youngest son is first name is Sterling. And so. And it's part of the legacy of our family. Our silk colors are green and purple. My dad's favorite color was green. My mom's favorite color is purple. So, horse racing for me is a family event. And I'm so blessed to have such a great family that loves it as much as I do.
So take us back to the start. Where did your history in horse racing begin?
It started when I was a young child and my parents would take us down to Del Mar for a week or a month in the summer, and in the younger years we'd go to SeaWorld and the zoo and play on the beach, and as time went on my dad said, hey, we should go over to the racetrack and watch some horses run. And then my dad taught me how to handicap, which was a lot of fun. And then as we hit the teenage years, it was no longer going to SeaWorld or the zoo. It was, let's go to Del Mar. And so we would come down and still go to the beach, of course, and then spend the afternoons at Del Mar. And it was just so much fun. And I started handicapping and watching horses and remembering affirmed and Alidar and pulling for affirmed in all 3 of those Triple Crown races. I mean, it was just such a thrilling thing for me to enjoy and watch, and it was because of my family.
And so at what point then did that interest in racing as a sport then become interest in racing as an owner?
Yeah, so my dad unfortunately died in 2002, and he was only 72 and was a hard-working guy, constantly at it, and I have some of those same tendencies myself, and I just thought for a moment, life's short. It really is, and if you have passions and dreams, you need to follow them. And so I decided to get into the sport and made some calls and met some really good people, thankfully, that helped me to get into racing. And we bought a couple horses and bought minority shares, and then started claiming some horses. And I was very fortunate that I fell in with a good group of people, and it took me a while to kind of figure out a strategy. I think every owner needs to have a strategy, needs to have an approach to what they believe is going to yield the best results for them. And it only took me about 10 years for me to figure that out on my own. But the partnership with Little Red Feather has been tremendous. Phil D'Amato is just absolutely brilliant as a trainer. To get riders like Flavian Pratt to help you win in the last jump 2 of our 4 Del Mar handicaps is just a dream come true. And so it's about the connections, it's about the talent, and it's about having a strategy.
Do you have any advice for new owners or those that are looking to get into the sport for the first time?
I would say it's really important to be connected with people that will care for you and that will help you to get into it in the right way. It's not hard to get over your skis in this sport. It's not cheap, and it's impossible to know exactly what horses are going to end up, being great and stay consistent. And so, getting a really good ownership group together that has experience and a trainer that cares to help you is mission critical, in my opinion. And from there, you can find your own avenues and take your own additional risks depending on what you want to do, really.
Big question for you. Gold Phoenix, should there be a race named after him at Del Mar now?
Of course. Of course. There's never been a horse that's won 4 in a row, any graded stakes, 4 consecutive years. And it needs to be the Gold Phoenix handicap at some point. But he's running this year too, so we're bringing him back, so we can't quite do it yet.
That's right, he's coming back as an 8-year-old.
I
It's
know.
not without a question that
Crazy.
he could win 5 in a row and take you to a 5th Breeders'
I can't
Cup.
even imagine that. I really can't. But I'll tell you what, he's still in fighting like crazy. He's doing great. Such a wonderful horse. He's got such a fighting spirit. Phil made the call. If he wants to run and he wants to keep doing this, and why would we do anything else?
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to seeing him return to the races at Santa Anita, I think in February in the San Marcos, if I'm not
think
mistaken.
that's the plan, yeah.
And then we'll follow him throughout the year. That'll be awesome.
Yes, thanks. God laughs when you plan in this sport, but we do have a plan at least sketched out.
And just over your left shoulder there is the Padre, who won the Del Mar Derby over the summer, a horse that you got from Ireland, just 3 US starts. How exciting is this guy?
It was unbelievable. Yeah, it really was. I told Billy going into that race that, ever since I was a little kid at Del Mar, there was something about the Del Mar Derby for me that was always so exciting, and I just looked forward to it every year. And I'd never, I don't even think we ever placed. I've had several shots in the past, and this is a really good horse. And Phil said, we've got a big shot to win this race. He just flies late, and he's just a really great, Irish horse that, it's hopefully another champion for us in going forward as well. So, but it was breathtaking. It really was.
The Padre has taken the lead, and the Padre wins the Del Mar Derby.
We saw you there in the paddock with your family with the Padre shirts as well.
Yeah. We had our Padre shirts and jerseys on. Yep. Yeah, it was awesome. You gotta have fun. Most of my families are Dodger fans too, so it was hard for them, some of them, to put on the Padre shirts. Wasn't for me, but for some of them it was.
So aside from Gold Phoenix and the Padre, we'll be looking out for both of them in 2026. Who else is in the stable at the moment that we should keep an eye on for 2026?
We have several. I would say watch for Slick. Innovative is a really, really nice filly as well. And she's a real fighter, and I think she gets underrated. Her numbers are really solid, and she really, really tries. And Ricky Gonzalez has been incredible riding her. Just she makes her breaks, and they fit. So I would say those two are going to be in the immediate future ones to look for.
Love your passion and your energy that you show for the sport. Always just love seeing you out at the track. How would you say we should engage new people into racing?
Well, I think you need to meet with folks and learn about how the different mechanics of the sport work, and really look to find some trusted advisors and partners that you can lean on. And I'd be happy to help anybody that might be interested, and can give my contact information to whoever might want to have a phone call or whatever. Be happy to help.
All right, well, that's very nice of you. Maybe we get people to go through the TOC, and they'll pass on your contact details.
Sounds great.
Well, Kevin, congrats again on a remarkable 2025 and all the success that you've had as an owner up until this point. We're looking forward to watching you and Sterling Stables and all the success that you're going to have in 2026 and beyond. And hopefully we'll see Gold Phoenix in a 5th Breeders' Cup World Championship.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Yeah.